Selections from the Scented Flowers of Sinjin-Ka by Martin Hart. Story 55, A Marriage Made in Heaven. High in the celestial mountains, in a remote cave, sat the Great and Holy Sinjin-Ka, deep in meditation. He sat this way for 100 years, bathing in the waters of eternal bliss, at peace in the nurturing womb of the divine. One night, during the magic of the twilight time, Sinjin-Ka opened his eyes. When the people heard of this, they gathered at his feet, and each night, for 91 nights, during the magic of the twilight time, Sinjin-Ka told to all who gathered a story. Listen, my beloved, and listen well, to the stories that he, the Great and Holy Sinjin-Ka, told during the magic of the twilight time. There lived a man who always found the bad whenever times were good, and always found the worse whenever times were bad. He'd always say how bleak things were since he had nothing else to say, and never let himself be happy out of fear it would go away. Whenever someone said to him, "My, how well you look today," he'd shake his head and then reply, "But eventually I'll die." And whenever someone said to him, "Isn't it a lovely day?" he'd shake his head and then reply, "It's going to rain tomorrow." And whenever he achieved success in anything he undertook, people would congratulate him, but he'd always shake his head and say, just luck. It'll never last. And it never did. One day, while attending festival, which he thought was dull and boring, he met a woman who attracted him, and soon they started talking. "What beautiful hair you have, so black and oh so wavy," the woman said to him. He shook his head and replied to her, "Oh, it'll turn coarse and gray someday, or probably just fall out, what little of it's left." "And what beautiful hands you have," she sweetly said to him. He shook his head once more and replied, "Oh, I'll probably lose them in a tragic accident." Then he sweetly said to her, "What beautiful skin you have." She shook her head and then replied, "Oh, it'll soon grow old and wrinkly." "And what a beautiful smile you have," he sweetly said to her. She shook her head once more and said, "Oh, it's okay for now, but when I get old and my teeth fall out, say that to me then." They fell in love immediately, and soon after that they married, and everyone who knew them well say to this very day, it was a marriage made in heaven.